One of the things that I have found to be terribly accurate during this whole process is trying to move work and create content. It's just really hard. The move is one pillar of my content, but then I have my normal channels content. And when I tell you, it's hard to be able to like do all those things and move. My brain is so focused on the move and like sure that everything's taken care of that I just don't even have the mental capacity or the time to dedicate on extra stuff besides moving. Like if it's not moving me to North Carolina at this point, it's not a priority. Yeah, told me to keep going, remain consistent. Consistency is just a little hard in this season because we are moving and there's so many things we need to do. My husband and I have decided that we're leaving Colorado. We kind of been teetering on this decision for a while. I moved here in 2015. My husband moved here, I want to say 10 years before that. I don't think either of us felt like Colorado was the place we wanted to end up forever, like it was home. But when I got pregnant with my second son, I delayed it because I didn't want to move while I was pregnant. And then I lost my job. And so we didn't move. I've wanted to move out of the country for a while, but my husband's not quite ready to make that move out of the country yet. But for now, we're at least going to move someplace that aligns a little bit better with our values. And I think there have been two major reasons why we have wanted to move. Well, actually three. The first being that Colorado's expensive. It's expensive for childcare. It's expensive for groceries. The housing market is insane. And we're at a place where we're just working all the time. We're not really getting ahead because everything's so expensive. The second reason we need to leave is just due to the fact our house is relatively small. I think it's about 1,700 square feet, and that's counting the basement, and it's not finished. We bought this house when we were literally dating. We weren't even engaged. Since then, we've gotten married. We've got a dog. We've had 2 kids. Originally, it was 2 bedrooms and a loft, and we closed off the loft. Now we have 3 bedrooms, and it's just not enough space. We don't even have a backyard. We have a small little side yard. No place for a kid to play. It's just not the place that we need to be at the stage of our life. Thirdly, I run a business called Ken and Eden, and it is all about non-toxic living and healthier lifestyles. And in this place, I'm not able to grow my own food. Last year, we kind of dabbled in having a garden. We had basil, tomatoes, cucumber, bell peppers, and it was really successful. But we had to do that in raised garden beds because we had absolutely no space for an actual garden. And with everything being so toxic, even in Denver itself, it's just really polluted here. We've done our best to water filters and air out the house because of the air pollution. We've really done what we can, but there is a lot of pollution. There's a lot of toxins here. Even the land that we currently sit on was land that was previously used for factories. And there were years before we even moved in where it was uninhabitable for homes just because of the fact that it had previously been a place that a factory was on, and I think there was a certain number of years that had to pass before they were able to build anything else on it to let the toxins and stuff get out the ground. I don't believe that stuff ever goes away. I just don't believe that. And so it's just based off where we're at, what we want to do, we need a bigger space. We think we have narrowed it down to somewhere in the North Carolina, South Carolina area by Charlotte. We visited last August and we toured a bunch of houses and properties trying to figure out what areas we wanted to reside in. We are searching for a property down there that provides us with at least an acre of land, a nice space for a garden. It'd even be nice if it was well water instead of on the water system. We might rent for a bit and then figure out if we're going to build or what the case may be and then move. I want to homeschool the kids, and right now the space is just not big enough to, it's barely big enough to even have a separate room for the kids to play outside of the main living room, let alone a place to have homeschool and to homestead and grow things. So we are working through getting our house organized and getting ready to sell. We had a realtor come look at our house last week and to let us know what he thought we may need to get rid of, what we need to keep in order to get pictures of the house so that we can list it. So that's what we're doing right now, kind of cleaning things out, getting a little bit organized, packing as much as we can.
we're hoping that we can get a substantial amount for it. There was a point during the COVID era where we could have made $200,000, $300,000 on our house. And now it is not that. The equity is not as good, but we're just hoping it sells quickly. But I'll show you the house and you'll start to understand why this is a necessity. After all, we have 2 boys. One is 3.5. The other one is almost 11 months. And it's just not enough space. And so for this next stage of life, we're going to have to exit. All right, so here she is, just waiting on me. I am about to open the door for the very first time. How exciting is this? My key worked. How awesome is that? I'm a homeowner, forever in debt, but a homeowner nonetheless. And I will take you on a little bit of a tour. So, this is just so exciting. I cannot believe it. Look at everything. It's empty, but it's ready for love and ready for us. The guest half bath. I got some big plans for this house, I tell you. The garage. The basement, which I guess we'll go down there, why not? I would say make sure there's no homeless people in the basement before you officially get comfortable. Alright, so this is the basement. Obviously not much to it. It's not finished. Still got a lot of work to be done in here, but this is she. Upstairs we go. It's much warmer up here. Much warmer. So this is the loft space. The guest bath. The guest bedroom. Kind of empty. The laundry. The closet. And then the master. No shelf space. They ought to be ashamed. That's basically it. I love that it's so bright in here. It's just so much light. Great for doing your makeup. But yes, March 23rd, I've closed. Finally got into the house and officially own the house. It'll be a while before I actually can get moved in, obviously with everything going on. So, but I'm so excited for when I do. All right, I'm going to hang up now. Bye.